I'm just getting ready to run new fuel lines and also starting to do the oil injection delete on this. See if I can get in there. See that little red deal on the carburetor? That was where the oil injection lines went in. There's two of them. I just don't trust the system, so I'm going to run a premix. They make kits for this, but I'm cheap. So the oil pump went right there on the crankcase. You pull it off and you're left with that hole. Now on the kits they sell you those two little rubber caps and a cap that bolts on over that little hole there. Well, I have an abundance of scrap metal, so I'm going to make my own. I think the kits are like $10. Well, this is going to cost me 14 cents because each one of them little rubber caps was 7 cents at the hardware store. So what I'm going to do here is I need to make a template of that so I can transfer it to metal, get it all cut out and whatnot. So what I did is I took a piece of Coca-Cola box, I set it over here, and I pushed on the edges, hold it at the same spot, pushed on the edges, and I'm left with this perfect outline of that piece. Now all I got to do is cut it out, transfer it to metal, drill the holes, and slap it on. Should take me 10 minutes tops to get that done. So, not a bad deal if you ask me. So now I got the piece cut out of cardboard, transferred onto the aluminum. Now I just got to cut her out and slap it on. So now we got it transferred to metal. That one hole's a little messed up because drill bit broke. Good piece of advice: don't buy cheap drill bits. Spend the money on a quality pair, or set I should say. So now the back side of this pump, there's that little bump out. Okay, you go over to this piece and it's got this hole here, and this guy moves in and out. So we want to make a little circle to go on the back of that plate to kind of hold that in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this same piece of scrap metal and a hole saw. We're going to cut out a little circle, and it's going to have a little hole in the middle, which is going to be nice because then I can take the welder, fill in that hole, and also in return joining the two pieces together. So this little plate is sure coming along. Well, there it is, my homemade plug. Bolts right on. All they got to do is throw a little bit of paint on it. Is it as good as bought one? After you wait about a week, 2 weeks to get the damn thing, and I don't know. I watched a video of a guy, he bought one and installed it, and he had to modify the damn thing to fit. So it took me about 15 minutes. It would have taken a little bit less time if I didn't have that whole drill bit experience. But hell, to get an oil injection delete kit for 14 cents instead of, say $10, $15, that's a win in my book. There we go. All painted up, bolted on. The oil injection system has officially been deleted. Also got all the new fuel lines put on. And got the fuel water separator cleaned out. So now, fuel system is done. Next step, wiring. Now that the fuel system's done and I'm getting ready to start wiring this up, figured I'd take a second and show you the top of the back deck. Got two hatches, one back here to access the gas cap, also the plug, which is right down in there, hard to see, and anything else in this back area that you would need to access. Those two hatches will also have slam latches and the gas struts to lift them up automatically. Those aren't installed yet. And then this hatch is to access the motor, the fuel on-off switch, and it's also big enough that if you need to pull the motor out, you can pull the motor right out. After of course you unbolt a bunch of stuff. But yeah, after the wiring system's done, then this will be getting skinned. Then after it's skinned, I get to install the steering and reverse cables and the throttle. And then after that, it's pretty much, well, I guess I got to wire up the secondary wire harness for my lights, bilge pump, stuff like that. But after that, it's painted up and go for a rip. So if you want to see what the wiring harness looks like and how this back deck turns out completely, feel free to subscribe, and thanks for watching.